I think my introduction to the fashion world is not too dissimilar from most people. My first interest in clothing was in grade 12 when I realized I was really not doing well for myself. I thought I was gonna just buy some nice clothes and maybe make myself look a bit better. I gained a lot of interest just from wanting to improve myself and being excited when I actually discovered how much I enjoyed clothing. What happened was, as I spent more time on FA, which was the fashion board on 4chan, was I saw a lot of different runway shows, not necessarily by big fashion houses, more so by individual small designers. And what's really interesting about these shows instead try to push the limits and boundaries of clothing, as well as express an idea or theme or motif. For example, the 2015 Fall-Winter Raf Simons show was actually about familial abuse. Things like that really interest me, and because of how much I loved and was engrossing myself in this world of fashion, and the fact that I've always felt creative and I loved the idea of creating something, that was what I wanted to go and do. Trying to tell my dad I wanted to go into fashion design, it sort of went yeah, I'm not going to go to university this year, and I didn't even honestly tell him that I was going to be changing directions. Then about a month later, I told him that I wanted to go into design, and I didn't say fashion design because I didn't want him to freak out or anything. But also, it just didn't seem like it was a successful route to go down. I didn't want them to look at me like I was just changing routes to something that was going to cause failure. And so I just said design, and after I continued to explain, I kept hinting more and more that it was clothing, and finally they came to accept it. But it took my dad a while to finally realize that I was capable and most likely, hopefully, going to do this. When I was making the t-shirt dress for my portfolio, I actually felt like I was creating something interesting and unique and something that people would like. And that was an amazing feeling. It felt really good when I finally built it and it was finally done, and I looked at it. Not only was I satisfied, but people thought it was kind of cool. In fact, the dress itself was inspired by a black damselfly I saw last summer when I was sitting next to a creek. And ever since I saw it, I was just amazed by the brilliance of how black the body was and the hints of purple that were flashing throughout the body. I wanted to capture the elegance and sort of beauty of that in a piece of clothing. You see, before I decided I wanted to go into fashion design, I had wanted to go into biodiversity, and that stemmed from my interest ever since I was a little kid. So it just came naturally to me when I wanted to involve that in my clothing. I really, really want to be able to incorporate themes that are involved and very connected to the environment. That has been my plan pretty much since I decided I wanted to go into fashion design. What I like about fashion is it's very personal in a way. Everything that you buy, especially once you get into it, is just very yourself and yourself only.